be my black cat. Oh no, your belly's white. Here. He's mostly black. Hello everybody, welcome to the Drunken Air Podcast. I'm your host Sophia. Welcome to the show. Hey baby. How's everyone doing? Happy Halloween. Oh, and look, I got my Davos mug with some hot cocoa. You want some? Yeah, you don't like chocolate? Good, you can't have any. And would you like some candy? I've literally been eating all that by myself. Like, I probably shouldn't put it in my office, but here it is. And I'm not upset. Oh, and I am wearing my pumpkin everything cowl, which I love to wear around this time of year. You can find the pattern to this on Ravelry, and I will link it below. And while we're talking about patterns in Ravelry, I just released a new design. It's called a fast fashion sweater. And you can also find that on Ravelry as well. And the link to that is, I just spilled hot chocolate on my lap. Good thing it's not hot. It's a lukewarm. And I'll link that below. Let's get on with the show. Yay. Do you guys like my witch's costume? I put it together this morning. I bought this hat from Amazon. The black one was $2 more, and I wanted to save my $2, and so that's why it's gray. But you know, I think it looks more modern. It's fine. Oh no, I spilled hot chocolate on my. I have been a busy bee, joining all the knit-alongs because I love me a good fall knit-along. I want to bring back my book club this fall, but I don't have time, so I'm going to push it back either to late fall, like Thanksgiving, or we're gonna do it around Christmas time or January, things like that, like a winter knit along. Cat's being bad. So we'll see. But in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of knit alongs with my friends. Like I did one with Knit Collage. And I am knitting the Plaid Party Cardi. This is my mommy time knitting that I'm doing. It's gonna be a cardigan. I'm gonna put a picture here. My mommy time knitting, so I did it like I printed out the pattern, I'm marking it up with a pen like old times, and I knit it up whenever my son is sleeping. Just because it's a little bit more of an involved pattern. It is written out line by line. It is a slip stitch pattern that doesn't repeat that much. So it's like a 30 row motif. And so there's a lot of marking and making sure I'm on the right row. And it's not something I can knit with my baby, but that's fine. This is the mommy time. Like, put the baby to sleep, Jake's sleeping, and I'm knitting this at like midnight, and it's wonderful. But I joined their knit along, and it is so much fun. I love Amy and the crew. Amy runs Knit Collage, and it's just a wonderful like company, just because they use yarn that is hand spun, and it's almost all like art yarns. Like, it's just like, look, this is what came in my kit. Gorgeous. Oh, I've just never seen anything like it. It looks like hand spun, but without the work, and it's super soft. And I just love that she has like different textures. Like this one looks like, what is this? Like a silk or cotton linen type of yarn. And then you got like your typical woolly yarns, and it's just, oh, it's such a fun knit. So I recommend you check it out. I'll put the link to the knit along, to the Knit Collage knit along below, along with the pattern that I'm knitting, which again is the Plaid Party Cardi. I just look at it. It is so much fun. It is a little bit of an involved knit because it is line by line, but I just find it really relaxing and just a really enjoyable. Like, I like to knit it while listening to a podcast, and oh, it's just like, it makes the best evening ever when I get to do that. Another knit along I'm doing is with the Venus cowl, which is my own design. It is designed with Knitrino. Knitrino is a free app that's available. I think it's on iOS right now, but it's also on Android. And I use it on Android. And it allows you to view your patterns in a way that is just like, it's like magic. Like, it's like magic. And it, like, you can zoom in on your knitting charts, you can save things in a really specific way. It's almost like you're printing it out, but it's just always on your phone, which means you always have your pattern on you. The Davos Come here. Come here, Dolls. He is destroying my... Come here. So today I wanted to talk about affordable knitting needle options. So knitting needles are super duper expensive. I mean, a lot of them can run you over $200 for a set of interchangeable needles. Like, now mind you, these are worth the money. They are high quality. A lot of the times they're hand finished. They are literally works of art, but sometimes I just cannot afford to knit with these specialty needles. So we're going to talk about some affordable options that will get the job done and are still enjoyable to knit with. So let's get started. So my number one needles that I use in my house all the time is this set from Amazon. It's a set of these double pointed needles. I literally use them for everything: sleeves, socks, neckbands, hats, anything that I can, I use these needles for. And these cost me, I want to say they cost me like $10 for this huge set of double pointed needles. I haven't had to buy double pointed needles forever since buying this set. I find that they're perfect for anything. Even though they are normal size, like they're not the short ones, I still like knitting small, teeny tiny circumferences with them. So that's a great buy, and for about $10 for a set. You can even find them for cheaper on Amazon. I'm going to link the seller that I bought it from just so you can know that you're getting the same product that I am. But you can do some more digging and get them for even cheaper if you like. Now say if you don't want to go to Amazon and you still want to find something on the ground that's affordable, you got to go to Michael's and you got to check out these pony circular color plastic needles. I love these plastic needles. They run me about $5 to $6, and they have everything I ever wanted in a plastic needle. They are color coded, so you'll always know what needle you have. They have the size printed right on the needle. It's a very flexible cable, and there's a picture here of a ball joint that's so flexible and so smooth. You will not believe that this needle cost you well under $10. Now this is the Michael's brand, and I didn't expect much because back in the day their brand of needles weren't that great. They've really upgraded them recently, and it shows. It just shows the work that they put into these. I recommend them. I like plastic needles for the bigger sizes because they're super lightweight, which makes it easier to work with. If you don't mind plastic, this is a great one to go for. Oh, and they're durable. Like, I've worked with these and I get to break one, so yay. Now say if you're in the market for a interchangeable set, I recommend any set from Knit Picks. So Knit Picks is an online knitting supply store that sells yarn and needles and tools and things like that. I was not always a fan of Knit Picks needles. Back in the day, they used to fall apart at the joints. Literally, I would be super gluing them, and the joints were never smooth. They were always break on me. I've had an issue with quality control. Recently, I've knitted 3 to 4 projects with this kit. This is their Knit Picks option, short interchangeable 4 square needles. I've knitted 4 items with this kit. Haven't broken a single one, which is saying a lot. And this Knit Picks kit is a bang for your buck. I got the short ones because they were only $34-ish from their website, and they're perfect. Short needles are perfect for knitting sleeves, neck bands, baby hats, baby clothes, adult hats, anything that's somewhat of a small circumference. This is the perfect needle for you. The tips are only about 4 inches tip to tip. So they're really, look how tiny, they're really itty bitty. I got the 4 square ones because I have carpal tunnel, and it has saved my joints so much. I tend to get joint pain when knitting hats with long but regular size interchangeable needles. So I really like these short ones. I haven't had joint pain whilst knitting with these, and the 4 square helps with that, with joint pain, because it's square, so you're gonna not grip it as tightly. So you're gonna have less tightness in your grip, which creates a more comfortable grip. It can change your gauge, but as long as you check your gauge before you get started, you should be fine. But by the Knit Picks options, you can pick any type of needle that you want. They have metal, they have acrylic, they have different types of wood. I love, they're just basic wood needles. It's just so smooth. I was actually inspired to buy these needles because I did that other video a couple of videos ago where I tried different knitting kits, and I fell in love with the Knit Picks needles. And so I was like, okay, they upgraded their needles. I'm going to have to take a look at these now because they are amazing. And I was so happy that I bought these. And they are definitely one of the cheaper options. They're $50 around for a set. For a longer set, they're around $50, $60. They can go up in price depending on what material you are using. Now, the reason why I love the Knit Picks options is because you can buy it online directly from them, and it will come to you within a week. Okay, so that's the fastest options. But what I like the most about it is that did you know that the same manufacturer that manufactures Knitter's Pride, aka Knitter's Pro, also makes Knit Picks needles? So what that means is that if you already have some Knitter Pride interchangeable needles lying around, then you can also use your Knit Picks needles with those. So this is important because say if you're like me and you like to switch needle sizes in between projects, like say if the brim of your hat calls for a smaller needle size than the rest of your hat, well then you can unscrew it and pick from another set. If you just don't happen to have the needle size that you need for Knit Picks, you go unscrew it and pick from your Knitter's Pro kit if that's what you have. So what I've found with saving your money is finding sets that are compatible. And when you buy from Knitter's Pride, that means you are being compatible with Knit Picks and their UK company, Knitter's Pro. And that means a lot. So I've been a fan of Knitter's Pride needles for years. I've been eyeing the Knit Picks ones for years. And once I saw they upgraded their needles, I'm sold. Like, I am gonna go and buy some more of these. They are just so well made. They haven't fallen apart on me. They actually feel nicer than the Knitter's Pro ones. The actual bearings that you screw onto them, that you could, you screw the needles onto the cables. I found that these bearings actually feel tighter. You still need to tighten them with the key that's included, but I just find that it just feels different when I'm screwing it together. I could definitely feel that quality there. So this is a great beginner's option, and you don't have to worry about it falling apart anymore. Yay! So that was just a quick review of some of my favorite affordable knitting needle options. Don't be afraid of trying the cheaper ones. These worked really, really well. I really appreciate them. Oh, honorable mention. I got a set of these from Amazon. I'll post a link down below. They're a set with these like cables. I did a video on these already, but this is also a great affordable option. I do not like working with these, but a lot of you commented on my video that y'all love these. These are wooden needles. They're just mass-produced, brandless wooden needles with a plastic cable that's rather thick. And I found that that they were just too textured, that my yarn just wouldn't glide on them. I had a very hard time knitting with them, and they hurt my fingers. A lot of you say, specifically the ones, y'all who are just starting, love how sticky these needles are, because like your stitches won't fall off of it, and they actually get smoother with use. So as you get used to knitting, these needles will kind of smooth out with you. So once you don't have to rely on sticky needles, now you got a fast set, because the more you use them, the smoother they get. Me, they're just not my cup of tea. I like laminated needles, and I love that Knit Picks offers laminated needles, because that lamination, that plastic or whatever that coating they put over the needles just makes it super duper smooth and easier to work with for me. But this is a good honorable mention because you get a whole set of these for rather cheap, and people love them. So that's just something. And these do fall apart, but I mean, in a pinch, if you need it, I understand. Like, just grab it. If you feel like you need, you know, a sticky needle and it's super cheap, you get a whole set of multiple sizes for like $10. It's wild. So there's my favorite affordable knitting needle options. I hope that helped a lot of you. Feel free to take another candy. I'm gonna take one. I got too excited. I've been filming this for like an hour and we're just having construction and computer issues. But anyway, I got it filmed, and thanks, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.